I'm Cheryl Vogel here at Valley House Gallery, where we have the first exhibition of Emily LaCour's work. And it's a very exciting thing to introduce a new artist to a gallery. We're always grateful when another artist introduces us and we go to the studio and we feel like we have great excitement about the work. And we thought we'd focus on several of Emily's table paintings in this show. But before we do, I want to let you know that Emily did receive her MFA from SMU. After she received it in 2014, she went back to her alma mater and taught in Louisiana for 3 years. So we're glad you're back in Dallas, where you have your studio. And we're standing in front of a painting that is actually on the invitation, Parting Favor. And Emily, you've been working on a lot of these table paintings since COVID started. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so thank you for having me here. So excited. I have been working on table paintings actually right before COVID. I started them, but they took on this whole new life when we no longer had access to people into these spaces. And so I was working on this one for about 8 or 9 months, painting people in and out. And I then paddled this paint back on top, this green paint here, and then carved back into it. My grandmother passed away this summer, and so right when I returned from her funeral, which I could fortunately attend, I knew how to resolve it. So it is kind of celebratory and funerary, and she was a woman who always made space for people at her table and had many children and adopted children and foster children. And I was just thinking about the labor of feeding all of those people. And she, growing up in the Great Depression, was no stranger to food scarcity, and they grew a lot of their food. And so truly the labor of really providing and just the gift that has been for so many, and what that looks like and feels like. I think of these surfaces like a table where you're coming and going, and there's so much action, energy, and all that's held in that space. So I think about the surface in that same way, and I like to just be really physical with the process.
I really should read them one sentence from your statement on the card, because the exhibition is titled "In the Shade of a Tall Tree," and Emily talks about it as a body of work that speaks to her internal reality in a year of grief, rest, and reflection. We have been waiting in the uncertainty of life, the certainty of death, and the necessity of each other. And you feel that way in these paintings.